All right. Greetings, everybody. How are we doing today? And you're welcome to class. This topic today is a very important topic that we need to look at. And I want to bring out your writing materials and let's learn together. Free online masterclass. And the topic is driving online visibility and branding. Driving online visibility and branding. All right. How can somebody or a business or an organization make sure their brand is projected? What can you do to let people see that you are projecting your brand on a daily basis? What can you put in place for people to see the message you are sending across to your social media and they will be able to relate with what you are selling or the service you are rendering? These are the things that we are going to discuss today. All right. My name is Damlo Olaniyi, and this is Integrated Institute of Professional Management. We have different courses we've been running for the past few days, and today is another day we need to learn together. In the morning, we shared about emotional intelligence, but this afternoon, we are going to talk about driving online visibility and branding, how to use online tools to increase customers and sales. All right, so let's proceed. What to expect? Proven tips. Discover practical and actionable tips that can make a significant impact on your online visibility. Discover practical and actionable tips that can make a significant impact on your online visibility. Latest trend. Stay ahead of the curve with insight into the current online landscape and emerging trend. Creative acts. Uncover innovative and creative acts to set yourself apart from the competition. Who are those that you want to stay ahead of, and who are the competition that you can learn from, and also use your strategy to stay ahead of them. Growth strategy. Learn how to effectively scale your online presence and attract the right audience. Who are those that you are trying to project your brand to? Who are the strategies you need to put in place in order to scale up your online presence and attract right audience or target audience? So the secret of every great business today is branding. The secret of every great business today is branding. And when we are talking about this, we are talking about target. What are the target audience? Who are those people you are looking at? If you are branding your business, you must be innovative about it. And that's number two. You have to be innovative about your branding. So when your brand is being projected, it has to be compelling, it has to be appealing, and also attractive to your target audience. Who are those people you want them to see your brand? Who are those people you want to identify with? And what do you want them to identify with you? So we look at the strategies. What are the strategies you are putting in place to sell your product or to render your service to your target audience? And marketing. How do you market to your audience? What are the tools? What are the strategies you are using to market your products and your services to people out there? And we look at the story. What is the story behind your brand? What is the story behind your personal brand or your corporate brand? What is the message you are giving out to people for them to be educative or educated about? And we're looking at advertising. How do you advertise your product to people that may buy, people that may need, and people that will patronize you? And awareness. Awareness is very important when it comes to branding. You have to let people know what you are selling. So when they think about you, what comes to mind? When they need your product, you should be the first person they are thinking about. And the quality of your product and service is very important. We all know that we cannot overemphasize on this quality matter. It's not about the quantity. It is about the quality of your product and services. So don't place too much focus on the quantity and leave quality behind. And let's talk about the loyalty. Loyalty is very also important. Look at the loyalty. Customers that will come and patronize you. How loyal are they to you? Are you giving them what they need per time? If they come today, will they still come tomorrow? All right. There are some brands we can use as a case study. When we look at Adidas, when we look at Nike, people like their products. It might be expensive, but people buy something from them and they will still keep going there because there is a way their brand is appealing to their loyal customers. So let's move on now. All right, so let's look at this quote by Steve Forbes. Your brand is the single most important investment you can make in your business. I will say that again. Your brand is the most single important investment you can make in your business. So it means that every other area you are putting your resources into is also important. But when you look at the brand, it's what people can really relate with. This is what people can see. It means you need to put more attention on that. There are a lot of people that they will not buy from you if they cannot relate with what you are selling or what you represent. So it is very important you understand that your brand is the single most important investment you can make in your business. What is the purpose of creating a good product or rendering a good services when you do not pay attention to how you are projecting your brand? That is what Steve Forbes said. What are the branding basics we need to look at? The what and the why. Branding is the process of creating a distinct identity for a business in the minds of our target audience and the general population. Branding is the process of creating a distinct identity for a business in the mind of your target audience and the general population. So what's your brand identity? What do you represent? What can we say that is resonating in people's mind when they think about you? So brand identity comes with a lot of elements that we need to look at. When we get it, we explain more about that. People that you are reaching out to, people that want to buy from you, people that want to patronize you, they must be able to identify a particular thing with you. They have to identify a particular element with you. That will give them assurance that wherever they need something, they will walk up to you and ask questions. And from there, you can actually convert that to sales. Purpose of branding. All right, let's look at purpose of branding. The purpose of brand building is to help your customers understand what you offer and what you stand for through effective positioning. All right, you can't position well if your brand is not solid. I will say that again. There is no way you can position well if your brand is not solid. So you must have a solid brand for your customers to get attracted to what you are selling. You have to have a solid brand for your customer or people that will buy from you. Some people call them prospects, to come and patronize you. Number two, great branding communicates a unique selling proposition. Some people call it selling point, USP. Great branding communicates a unique selling proposition, USP. Your brand values and mission and your brand story is very important. What is the vision behind your brand? If it's a personal brand, if it's a corporate brand, what are the major things that we can see that you are trying to get people to know about your brand? What makes your brand unique to others' brand we are seeing out there? Are you inspiring people? Are you encouraging people? Or you are challenging people to come and buy what you are selling? So this part is very important. You must know something that is very unique about your brand. All right. There are some people that they have kindness in heart, and that's what they are selling. Those are the people that they can start, home care services. And from there, people can see that from your heart of from being compassionate, you can start business in that line, and you start projecting, educating people about it. And before you know, you have more customers and people that can also buy from you. Number three, this all help customer to decide if your business meets the needs of people and it's aligned with your value. All right. When people get to know you, when people meet you, what you are projecting online must also be the same thing you are representing physically. What you are projecting online must also be the same thing you are representing physically. So you can't be telling people that you are committed to your brand or you have value or you are excellent. When people meet you, do you really let them see that part of excellence that you've been talking about, the message you've been preaching to people to see? So that part is also important, that you need to pay attention to what you are projecting to people to see. Let your value let your value be the tool that is driving people to come and patronize your product. All right, so why online visibility and branding is very important. I will stay much on this. I will stay more on this. Why online visibility and branding is very important. We talk about enhanced recognition. Enhanced recognition. It is only your brand you can push ahead for people to recognize you, that you are the brain behind this brand. All right, let's look at IIPM for instance. All right, IIPM is well known for training, quality training. So when we project our brand out there, people can easily relate with us that we are doing that to make ourselves being recognized by people that may need our services. So what branding does is to enhance your recognition. It will help people see you from afar, and they will move closer by asking questions, and they will notice that you can actually meet their needs. And this will also drive engagement. I mean, we all can agree with me that when people move closer and they ask questions, it means that they may be interested. If at all they do not buy from you immediately, or they do not patronize you immediately, there is assurance that they will ask questions. They will keep engagement on. They will try as much as possible to get back to you. If they cannot even afford it immediately, they will come back to come and patronize you. So it drives more engagement. When people comment on your social media handle, you must find a way to reply them. There are some messages that you cannot reply on social media. You have to drive them into your inbox so you can talk about business and how they can patronize you. All right. From there will be more of sales, and it will lead to conversion. So when you have good relationship with people online, by the time they are asking questions, it will be easier for you to also sell the product to them. And I said something earlier that if they cannot buy immediately from you, definitely they may come back and also tell somebody that can buy from you to come and patronize you. And let's talk about building credibility. When you are projecting your brand for people to see, it means that you are building your integrity. There is something they must have experienced from you. And when we are talking about building credibility, it is literally talking about having a good feeling about your product, having a good feeling about your services. This is more related to customers. All right. How truthful and how reputable is your brand? How reputable is your brand? Is it what you are talking about that we can literally see from what you are selling? All right. Your message must not be different from your approach. And when you are approaching people to come and buy from you, you must show them that they will have the feeling and they will have the assurance of what they need and what they are looking for. So moving ahead, component of a brand. Number one, we have brand identity. I said this earlier. Brand identity means how do you want audience, your target audience, people to perceive you? How do you want people to perceive you with your brand? And this comes with name. Your name is very important. So when you are choosing identity, understand this, that it is very important for you to know one thing and also push that ahead for people to see this is what you represent as a person. And when we talk about brand visualization, brand visuals, this is what are the things that we can see, color combination of your brand, color combination of your products. When we see blue, we know what it means. There are some people, there are some brands, there are some people they like blue color, there are some people they like yellow color. So you make sure that this color, they are so distinct that when you project a brand, you are not mixing different colors together. Let people identify you with one particular color that will resonate in their mind. All right, so brand messaging. Brand messaging talks about your vision. What are the message you are telling people? What are the things that you are telling people on daily basis? What is the message you are conveying to your audience? What do you tell them? How do you educate them? How do you inspire your audience? All right. From the message you are sending to your audience, it has to be inspired. All right. That message must inspire them. That message must encourage them. And that message must also challenge them. And from there, you can now sell. So it is not really easy for you to be projecting a particular brand and you just want to sell immediately. So what's your brand value? What do you represent? What's your brand value? What do you represent as an organization or as an individual? All right, you must know this, how important it is. All right, everybody needs to find ways to build value around their products. Everybody must find ways to build value around their personal brand, because we have different types of branding. So when we get there, we explain more about it. And when we talk about brand experience, how do people feel? This is talk about your client. How do you make people feel about your brand? What's the experience that will last longer about what you are selling? Why do we need to patronize you and still come back to come and ask more questions? Because you've designed another product or you have another service you are rendering. So if you do not treat people well, for the first time they come around to come and buy from you, there's no way they are going to come back. So brand experience is very important. So component of a brand is brand identity, brand visuals, brand messaging, brand values, and brand experience. All right, so let's look at the free tools you can use to build your brand. What are the free tools you can use to build your brand? Number one, we have Canva. Canva, they are one of those apps that you can use to build logo. You can use to design a flyer. We have Logo Maker. We have Tumble Logo. We have Brand Crowd. We have Adobe Spark. We have Tailor Brand. These are the tools you can use to help yourself. I mean, there are a lot of businesses, startups that did not have enough resources to hire experts to come and build their logo for them. If at all, if they are going to supervise you, they will still charge you. If you cannot afford to ask them to design a good logo for you, you can maximize all these tools. All right, so let's hear from Jeff Bezos, what he says about brand. He said, your brand is what other people say about you when you are not in the room. Your brand is what other people say about you when you are not in the room. What people can say about you. Are you one of those people that will enter a room and there will be nothing to say about you? Are you one of those people that when you're not in the room, they won't say anything about you? So there must be one thing that people can actually say about you. And this is talking about if you are into different businesses. If you're a person and you feel you do not have something associated with your brand, you need to find ways and let people see that this is what you represent. So your brand is what other people say about you when you are not in the room. Your brand is what other people say about you when you are not in the room. Imagine, let's look at Dangote. When Dangote enter a particular place, there is something people will say about him. When Tony Melu enter the place, there's something people will say about it. Different kind of figures, different kind of public figures, different kind of people. When they enter a room, something must be resonate in people's mind. All right, so let's look at brand visibility using social media. And this is very important. I will stay a bit on this because we all have some of these social media handles that we can use to leverage on different assets that we have. All right, so let's look at Instagram. So if you're a corporate person, you may likely not get more engagement on Instagram if you are pushing your brand, whether you are working for somebody or you are doing your business personally. Now, how does it work on Instagram? Instagram is designed for more of entertainment. All right, you see a lot of celebrity. They use Instagram a lot because they allow short videos. They allow short videos. All right. So when you look at Facebook, Facebook is more corporate for those that want to project their professionalism. They want to show people what they are into. For instance, if you're a person that you do not have a brand yet, you can start with what you are doing at the moment. If you are working with an organization and you discover that you may be interested later to build your own personal brand, you can as well challenge your energy towards projecting the brand of that organization. Make it corporate. People celebrate those that goes corporate on Facebook. So you have to be corporate on Facebook. If you're a trainer or you are selling a product, you have to find ways to make your brand compelling. All right. Nobody said you should not share different kind of programs on Facebook. Don't let your Facebook be clumsy so people can actually have a sense of, excellence when they are checking through your Facebook handle. So let's look at LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of those social media that you need to pay attention to. For some of us that, we are corporate people here, you have to pay attention to LinkedIn. It allows you to make different friends across board. All right. That is quite different from Facebook that is limited. If you open a Facebook account as a person, you can only make 5,000 friends. All right, mutual friends. You can only create, you only have room to make 5,000 friends. But now it has been upgraded to a corporate account that you also have a lot of followers. But when you create page for your business, maybe for corporate business, or you are selling a product, you can make a lot of friends. I mean, you can have a lot of followers so far that you are projecting something that is compelling and what your audience want to see. So let's talk about WhatsApp. All right, some of us, we are using WhatsApp for different things. All right, you can use WhatsApp on your phone to project your brand as well. These are the tools that are very close to us that we can maximize. You can use status on your WhatsApp to project your brand on daily basis. All right, so when you keep on doing that, you need to keep on showing up on people's faces. All right, don't convince your audience. What are the things that you need to put in place? Sometimes you don't need to put more than 5 or 3 or 4 pictures on your status, and be consistent about it. Tell people about what you sell. All right. There's no law that says you should not repeat a design of your product. There is no law that says that you should not repeat your picture as an individual. Maybe if you're a trainer, if you have opportunity to go somewhere to speak and you have a good picture, put it on your status and write something about it. You may not be able to sell or convert, a lot of engagement immediately, but later on, some people will come back because they must have seen something on your status, that looks like what they may need in the future. All right. So we have X, which we all know as Twitter before now. All right. So, I mean, when you get to Twitter, Twitter is one of those social media that it may be a bit difficult for you to have followers because you see a lot of savage things over there. And if you don't have much business to push out there, or you do not have content to push out there, you might not need to focus on it. So you must learn how to choose a social media that you need that will project your brand carefully. I will say that again. You must learn how to choose a social media that will project your brand clearly. You have to be very careful about the particular social media you want to choose to project your brand. All right, so let's talk about effective social media strategies. You must know your audience and choose platform wisely. That's what I said earlier. You must know your audience and choose your platform wisely. Who are the people that you are targeting to sell to? Who are the people that you want to be marketed to on a daily basis? You don't need everybody. Everybody cannot buy from you. Few people will come and patronize you. And there's no issue about that. Choose your social media wisely and make sure you focus on your target audience. Don't be bothered when you are pushing your brand out there and people are not liking it. You just need to ask yourself, what strategy do I need to put in place again? You need to ask questions. You can go for class. So how do you get more engagement on your social media platform? All right, so active engagement and community building. Active engagement and community building. Facebook allow you to create group of people where you can be dropping updates. You can decide to make things for free for now. All right, you can organize a seminar for people to come and learn from you. It's also part of selling. You may not be able to sell immediately, but you must learn how to educate people first in order to now sell what you are, projecting to them, and in order to patronize you. Create consistent, relevant, and engaging content. Content is very important. All right. You don't have to tell a lot of stories. There are some people that, if you look at how it works on social media these days, people don't want to read a lot again. So you must have image attached to your message or to your content. If you've not built your brand over the years, people hardly read from you. They just want to see the picture, like it, and move on. So that's the reason why it is very important to put a genuine content and relevant content on your social media, and make sure you attach a picture that is also talking about what you are pushing out there as a content. All right, so monitor analytics and adjust strategy. Don't be rigid. When you think that you need assistance, call for help. Ask experts to help you out. How can I get more engagement? Okay, what are the things that you did last year or last month that you want to change the approach this year? What are the things that you did last week that allows more people to patronize you or allows more engagement? How can you readjust and also improve on that? So free practical and actionable tips that can make a significant impact on your brand's online visibility. Free practical and actionable tips that can make a significant impact on your brand's online visibility. Number one, optimize your website. Your website is very important. All right. So if you're a corporate person or you have an organization or you have a business, you must learn how to optimize your website. When people log into your website, there must be something that is so appealing and compelling to them that will make them stay and read all the details you put out there. They must be able to navigate their way easily on social media. If they're able to navigate their way easily on what you are projecting or what you are selling, probably you can have a lot of sales during that engagement. Create high quality content. It's still the same thing that we spoke about earlier. You must create high quality content on your website on daily or weekly basis. Always, you must have different offers. You must have different products. Tell people what you can do. All right. Let them ask questions. And before you know, you will notice that they will be more interested in what you are selling. So leverage on social media. All right. All these things, they go together. If you are pushing something on your website, you can also share those things to your Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp. All right. All these things, they are intercontinental, they are connected. And there's a way you can also drive traffic from your website to your Facebook or from your Facebook to your website. Optimize Google business. All right. Another one, engage in email marketing. All right. You must also push ahead of email. Make sure you are dropping a genuine content and relevant educative content on your email. It could be weekly, it could be monthly, depending on the kind of business you do. I mean, all of these things, they are joined together to make sales more easier. All these things, they are together to make more customers. You can have a lot of customers at first. If you try to get them engaged to a point whereby you can convert some of those customers to those that will buy from you, you will make more profit. Free practical and actionable. Okay, we still continue with free practical and actionable tips that can make a significant impact on your brand online visibility. So network in online community. So when you find yourself as a person representing your organization or you are representing yourself, you must engage in any community you find yourself. Let people know what you are into. And this also talks about more of a physical event. If you find yourself in a physical event, let people know what you do. It's also part of the community engagement. Let people know what you do. Comment on people's status. Comment on people's posts on Facebook. Make yourself available. Make yourself relevant. Show people that you're capable of doing things like this. Let them know what you're capable of doing. So you must get engaged in any community you find yourself. All right. So I spoke about free resources. If you want to sell a product, there are some people that you can actually entice them with your product at first. You must learn how to give freemium. Design a freemium product that will entice some of your potential clients or your customers so they can ask more questions. And you can now introduce the one that is premium to them in order for them to buy. I mean, you should know that the purpose of every single business out there is to make profit. In as much as you are meeting people's needs, you also want to make profit so you can keep on running the operation of your organization. And learn how to collaborate with influencers. All right, so I will say this emphatically. You must learn how to collaborate with influencers. At first, if you cannot afford to hire ambassador to project your brand, you can also be the ambassador for your product. Be the first partaker of your product. Be the first evangelist of your product. Okay, for instance, some of people that are into real estate, you will see them signing different celebrity in order to project their brand. This is what collaboration with influencer means. But some of us that we cannot actually afford those things now. You can use yourself as a brand ambassador of your product at first, all right? Before you can now have enough resources to sign a lot of influencers. And sometimes some of these influencers, when they notice that your product is genuine, they also want to be associated with your brand. All right, so let's talk about monitor analytics. So you monitor every single activities going on your website, on your social media, and keep engaging people out there. All right, so creative acts, innovative and creative acts to set your brand apart from the competition. What are the things that you need to do to set your brand apart from competitors? Of course, we know that competition is very important, and we have competitors out there in order to challenge us and also bring more innovation to our business. So interactive content. Make sure your content is interactive. People can easily relate with your content. You can make polls, you can make quizzes, and you can make survey. Survey is quite more easier for people. Draft a lot of questions. Let people give you feedback. What do people need? Pay attention to feedbacks from people. That is very important. Storytelling through micro content using stories, reels, and short videos, and some other approaches. All right. When you look at Facebook recently and Instagram, you can literally share something on Instagram and you will see it on Facebook. For some of us that we do more of speaking, or we have different videos, cut all those videos into reels and project it on your Facebook. All right. So let me tell us something now that is very important. Sometimes a lot of us, we feel discouraged when we are projecting our brand out there and people are not liking it. All right. It's also part of it. Don't be discouraged. You also need to keep on doing what you've been doing over the years. All right. In order to build that reputable brand you are trying to build all over the years. All right. What I'm trying to say in essence is that when people do not like your videos, your reels on Facebook, don't feel bad. Keep doing it. There are some people that they just want to see what you've been doing over the years. Before some people will patronize or partner with you, they will ask questions. What have you been doing? What are you doing at the moment? And what do you want to do in the future? All right. Number 3, live stream events like we are doing now. Using your preferred platform, we are live streaming events. People can come back to watch it. You must learn how to maximize those tools. Number 4, drive excellent customized service by using chatbots or chatbots, whichever way you call it. All right. Drive excellent customized service using chatbots, WhatsApp Business, Facebook, and some other platforms. These are the things that you can maximize by using the tools you have to project your brand out there. All right. Gamification strategies using your preferred platform. We said it earlier. Which platform are you more comfortable with? Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube? Stick with it. Sometimes you don't need to exploit to check other platforms when you are not yet grounded or solid on a particular platform you've been using over the years. All right. There's nothing that is bad in test running and changing your approach or your strategies. But before you do that, make sure you've been well established on the platform you are much more familiar with. All right. Last one, personalized experience. All right. This is still related to customer experience. Let people have the feeling that you are selling something more tangible. You are selling something that is more reputable. You are selling something that is solid for them to patronize. Let people see the genuinity of what you are selling. Let them have the experience that will leave them, in awe. Let them have that experience that will give them the sense of belonging, that this is what we can get from these people and they will never disappoint. So personalize your experience. Make people feel better when they meet you, when they want to buy from you. Make people feel better when they patronize you or you are rendering a service to them. All right, so what you need about search engine optimization. What you need about search engine optimization. We might not stay long from this. I will just read through and we search going forward. So boost your website visibility with simple search engine optimization techniques, improving your search engine ranking and attracting more visitor. Keyword optimization. What are the words you keep using when you are making posts on those platforms? And this comes with a lot of hashtags. You must be deliberate about your hashtag. You must be deliberate about words that we can relate with over the time you've been pushing your brand out there. Quality content creation. Create quality content creation. Create quality content and push it out there for people to see, and make sure you are consistent about it. Mobile-friendly design, all right? Sometimes a lot of people, they do not have access to system. You have to make sure that everything you are designing is accessible through phones, and people can easily relate with those things. So page speed improvement, social media engagement. We said a lot about those things. All right, growth strategies, how to effectively scale your online presence and attract the right audience. Growth strategy, how to effectively scale your online presence and attract the right audience. Content marketing excellence, search engine optimization, social media engagement, email marketing campaigns, paid advertising, collaborate with influencers, leverage video content, other valuable incentives, incentives, customer review and testimonials. Customer review and testimonial. When somebody, like what you sold to them, you have to use that as an extraction in order to sell to other people. Post all those things. It's one of those things that will give you assurance that people will patronize you, because somebody give a testimonial about your product. It will also entice another person to come and buy from you. Webinars and online events. Get engaged in webinars and online events. Go live when you need to talk about a new product you just designed. Let people know about the course you just designed. Let people know about a new approach of selling what you have in stock to your audience, or to people that you are targeting to sell your product to. Participate in online communities. We said this few minutes ago, that you must learn how to participate in online communities. Join group of people where you can advertise and also tell people about what you are selling. All right. So as we are wrapping up now, as we are rounding up this section, look at this. Visibility is profitability. Visibility is profitability. If people can't find you, they can't buy from you. All right. If you are not showing up on daily basis, weekly basis, or monthly basis, you cannot sell to people. So you must be visible for your audience to see what you are selling. You must be projecting your brand every day. You must be projecting your brand weekly. You must be projecting your brand monthly. That's the best way to show people how credible your product or your services are. All right, so let's look at this quote now from A.L. Reels. Branding is simply a more efficient way to sell things. So before you talk, when people see your branding combinations, they can easily resonate. It can easily resonate in their mind. It can easily resonate on their mind. They can see what you are selling, even without you bringing out the product or telling them much more of the services you are rendering. So branding is simply a more efficient way to sell things. All right. If you have not been spending money on your branding projection, this is the right time for you. It's a new year. All right. Make resources available to project your brand beyond what you did last year. All right. Simple online marketing and sales hacks. Be consistent in your posting and drive engagement using stories, reels, shorts, using videos more, live stream events, other free resources to draw customer close to you, and integrate payments. All right. Always create avenue for people after you've been marketing your product for a while. Let them have something that they can click that will take them to payment section and subscribe to offer you may be projecting or advertising to them. All right. So this is the end of our session today. And I believe you've learned one or two things. Please do us a favor. subscribe, like, share, and comment. All right, because of our time, we have to quickly run through all the slides. You can come back again and again to watch. And I believe that while you are watching, you will get a lot of points. Maybe you do not get why we are live. All right. If you are somebody that you are just joining us, please go back to the live streaming and check from the beginning to the end. And from there, try as much as possible to apply every single thing you've learned today. Thank you. And this is Integrated Institute of Professional Management. Until we come to your face again, be expecting more from us.